Bom dia, pessoal.
Good morning. Oh, Jesus. It is terrible.
Bom dia.
Bom dia,
Nada,
Luiz.
nada como um filtro, né? A diferença.
Bom dia.
Bom dia, Daniel.
Tudo bem?
Beleza?
estão conseguindo enviar mensagem para uma pessoa em específico? Porque eu não tô conseguindo, não. Não sei se o Zoom tirou essa função.
Mudou de lugar agora, Lavo. Fica.
Ah,
te-
achei.
Tem um iconezinho novo, né?
Entendi. Obrigado.
Bom dia, Gustavo. Bom dia, Nayá, com quem não falei. Gisele, bom dia também.
Bom dia, bom dia, Daniel.
Tudo jóia?
Tudo
Todo mundo aí na
jóia?
base do café. A Gisele mais do que nós ainda, né, Gisele? Dose dupla para você de café.
Tinha que estar usando a caneca da conferência, Daniel. Fazer a
Ah, é assim.
propaganda.
Verdade. Me equivoquei aqui.
A gente
Essa
não,
aqui é quando. Pode
a
falar,
gente não,
Gisele.
a gente não consegue usar os formulários hoje, né? Porque tem a reunião em português, né? Eu tô preparando os formulários aqui.
Consegue sim. A gente pode trocar lá os nomes depois. Elas já estão em português, eu tinha esquecido. E aí a gente pode trocar para de inglês e depois faça de português, não tem problema nenhum.
Tô com os dois prontos aqui já. Se quiser usar. Só não vai ter a automação, né? Mas eu posso mandar depois os feedbacks para os speakers.
Você
Você que
que
sabe.
manda.
Você que sabe. Também em cima da hora para trocar aí, não tá não?
Aqui a gente faz 3 pratinhos aqui, não deixa de derrubar nenhum. Se quiser, a gente troca lá, não tem problema nenhum. Vou trocar lá.
Vai
Ixi, já,
trocar?
já tá me elegível pra votar. Ixi, tem 30 segundos, Daniel. Eu mandei pra você o novo título do discurso da Giovana. Eu mandei?
Ó,
Pera.
queria manifestar aí que o Olavo me colocou numa fria, tá?
O que que você aprontou lá?
Não é que ele vai avaliar a Giovana e ela ganhou o melhor. Ela ganhou o melhor como melhor oradora no semestre retrasado, no inglês.
Ah,
Ela, ela foi campeã e o Olavo também colocou para avaliar aí. Obrigado, Olavo.
Nada. Tamo junto.
Vou ficar falando isso pro resto da vida, né, Olavo?
É.
os links que eu tenho aqui para os formulários, eles estão jogando para outro lugar. Vocês conseguem me mandar o link?
Vou te mandar agora.
Valeu. Desculpa, eu devia ter feito isso ontem, mas não consegui.
Você consegue editar, Gisele, com os
Não.
links? Então
Uh-uh.
deixa que eu faço aqui.
Vou conferir no seu Zoom se o QR Code do slide tá certinho. Bom dia, Giovana. Tudo certo?
Bom dia, pessoal. Tudo bem com vocês?
Também.
Tô vendo a Gisele de regata. Imagino que ela esteja não em São Paulo, porque aqui tá um socorro.
Meu chefe é daí, aí sempre que a gente faz uma call, ele tá com cada vez mais super frio. No começo da semana ele só tava com uma blusa de frio. Na última vez ele já tava com cachecol no pescoço.
Eu passei um café, eu demorei para tomar, eu tive que pegar outro, porque ficou gelado em questão de minutos.
E você pegou o café na caneca da conferência?
Hoje não, que eu tô fora de casa, mas geralmente eu tomo.
Are we going to have table topics today?
Não, não é. Not today.
Giovanna, are you from corporate club? Citibank,
Ah,
is it?
yes, I'm from City.
That's cool.
Yes, but it's an open meeting. By the way, I was going to invite you all to join us next Tuesday at 7:15 p.m. If you guys want to join, we are happily welcoming guests. So,
That's cool.
yes. Are you all
Uh,
from Brasília?
I'm not from Brasilia.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I used to be from Brazil. I live in the US now. I live
Nice.
in Indiana.
Cool.
If you want to share how can we communicate with you for the meeting?
I will share my contact here. Oops. Or you can share me yours and I'll connect you.
Sure. Let's get started, guys.
Yes.
Let's get started.
Let me share my screen. Oh. Hi everyone, my name is Olavo Pacelli. Today I'm gonna be the topics, gonna be the Toastmaster of the day, and we are Brasília Toastmasters, where leaders are made. I'm gonna start off with a meetings guide, so we can have a good time here at this meeting. The first one is leave a mic off if you're not talking. Because of that, you're not gonna be interrupting anyone, and when it's your time to shine, nobody's gonna be interrupting you. The second one would be the word of the day, but today we don't have a grammarian, so we can skip that one. And the third one is that our meetings are recorded and posted on YouTube. And because of that, pay attention to what we're saying here. The second part is the club's mission. It is develop public speaking and leadership skills through active participation, inclusive experience, and continuous learning. That way, with the help of our friends and colleagues here at Toastmasters, we can grow to be the person we want to be. This is the club officers. This is the last time we're going to be seeing this in the English meeting because next month we're going to start with a new one and there's going to be a few changes here and there. And first of all, we have the president, Daniel Pina, Naya Lima, she's our vice president of education, Laura Leal, she's a vice president of the education for the mentorship program. I'm Olavo Pacelli, I'm the VP for the English meetings. We have Douglas de Claudio, he's our VP for the memberships. We have Aletheia and Thiago, they are both vice presidents of public relations. We have Daniel, he is our sergeant of arms. Lillian, our treasurer, and Thiago, our secretary. We have three main moments on our meeting. Today we're going to be having only the first and the third one. The first one is prepare speeches, and the third one will be evaluations and feedback. We have the best speaker and the best evaluator today, so pay close attention because we're going to be having a voting. We are Brasília Toastmasters where leaders are made, and now I'm gonna talk about who is making this happen with me. I'm the Toastmaster, Lau Pacelli, and after me have the timer, Gustavo Weidemann. Can you tell us how does that work, Gustavo?
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'll be the timer for this meeting, and when you achieve your minimum time, I will change my background for green, like this. Yellow is in the middle, and red when it's over, but you still have 30 seconds.
Thank you so much, Gustavo. This is a very important role in a meeting because sometimes in life you don't have enough time to tell everything you want to tell. So you know we have from 5 to 7 minutes, that way you can create your train of thought the best way possible. The third person that's making this happen is the Zoom Master, Giselle Alvarenga. Can you tell us what that is?
Good morning, everyone. The Zoom Master is responsible for helping the Toastmaster of the day with the Zoom and technology. I'm the ITP person today, or not.
Thank you so much, Giselle. Our Clube is normally a hybrid meeting, but today we're going to have online setting, and because of that, it's crucial that we have someone to help with this. Thanks so much, Giselle. And the last is Naya, and that's one of the most important roles in a meeting, and that is the general evaluator. Can you tell us what that is?
Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm here to give an overall, I'm gonna watch everything, and in the end, I'm gonna give you evaluation about how was the whole thing from the beginning to the end. I hope I can see what are good or bad, and then help you as a team to get better. Okay, back to you, Olaf.
Thanks so much, Naya. The way you know why we can improve in a meeting, thanks to the general evaluator. And now we can start the first part of our meeting, that is the prepared speeches. She's not from our club, she's from Citibank. I met her at the conference of the District 101, and her name is Giovanna Guerini. The title of her speech is Getting Past Rejection. The pathway that she's on is Dynamic Leadership, and her evaluator will be Daniel Pina. The title of her speech is Getting Past Rejection. She has from 5 to 7 minutes. And is everything ready, Giovanna? Have you pen Gustavo? He's our timer today, and he's gonna show us the time.
Thank you, Olavo. Well, thank you, everyone. It's great to be here with you all. Nice to meet you. Well, good morning, dear Toast members and guests. The topic of my speech came from a recent change in perspective. At the end of each year, I plan the upcoming year. And for 2025, my focus is on studying the art of sales and persuasion. The first book I picked up this year was Objections, The Art and Science of Getting Past No by Jeb Blount. I was expecting to learn about negotiation tactics and persuasion, which was, by the way, the topic of level 3 of my pathway program here at Toastmasters. However, when reading the book's index, I saw that 4 out of 10 chapters of the book was about rejection. Yes, rejection. A topic often brought up in psychologists' couches is now being discussed in sales trainings, which comes to show that you cannot take humanity out of business. All of us want to feel loved and accepted. Nobody wants to feel ashamed, left out, or excluded. It's hardwired into our DNA. And the activity of selling challenges just that. Our most vital need to feel accepted is constantly challenged. My first sales position was at a gym in Canada. I was around 21 years old, and I was hired by this large fitness group that had sales at the very core of their business. Back then, we were recruiting members for a new gym that hasn't been open yet. It was supposed to be the largest gym on the Northwest coast, but at the time, we were still recruiting members at a shopping mall kiosk right in front of a Tim Hortons, which, by the way, is traditionally known by its delicious donuts. On my first day, my only task was to say hello to 100 people in the mall and get them to stop by at our kiosk. 100 people. I was terrified, but I couldn't say no to my one task at my first day. But my brain was spiraling. Now thinking about it, what was the big deal? What did I think people would do to me by saying hello to them? Throw eggs and vegetables at me at the mall? Throw their fresh Timmy's donuts right at me like, get out of here, you fitness praiser. And that's the thing about fear. It is so irrational. It kicks in to protect us from a threat that most of the time isn't real. And let me tell you, recruiting actively paying members to a gym before it is even up and running in front of a Tim Hortons was not an easy task. But certainly, it was not as hard as I made it seem. I had such a hard time closing a deal. And I never really understood why. I worked my ass off. I hit their quota of making 100 calls a day. Yes, 100 calls a day. And now we understand why it was necessary for me to say hello to 100 people at a mall. But anyways, I practice and practice my sales speech to my colleagues, to my managers, and I got praised for it. My team and I had great relationships. Everything was great, but I made no sales. Zero. From my almost 5 months at the company, no sales. I clearly remember my manager, Daria, one of the best commercial managers I had in my life, saying to me, "Oh, gee, your work is amazing. Your speech is flawless. I don't understand why you're not selling." I carry that one with me for years. What the hell was wrong with me? But after reading Jeb Blount, I realized there was nothing wrong with me. I was just afraid of being rejected. I was so afraid of not making the sale that from the get-go, I just didn't believe people would buy. And here I noticed a pattern from my personal life, if you can't even compartmentalize our lives into professional and personal. But in my personal life, I have this pattern of avoiding people and situations in which I feel my acceptance is threatened. I've jumped out of relationships too quickly. I've avoided friends and family. Well, I moved to Canada for all that matters, trying to run away from being not accepted. And I did the same thing in sales. It was easier to believe that people would not buy at all than it would be of accepting that they could buy, but didn't, as if it was personal to me. Well, now I have rejection sitting right in the middle of my professional performance. How fun! It is funny how a book of sales ended up being a therapy in disguise, right? And if we can't take humanity out of business, then maybe it's time we stop trying to take humanity out of ourselves. If we want better results, we got to go deep into the wounds. The fear, the vulnerability, the need for acceptance, that's not a bug, it's a feature. And we need to learn how to work with it instead of against it. That means being honest about ourselves and our wounds and facing our rejection stories head on. And remembering that every no is just one step closer to our yes. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks so much for that speech today, Giovanna. You wanna?
Thank you, Olavo.
I bet that in September we're gonna have the new contest. I think that's worth it. Of the contest, it was a really good speech.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And now with her feedback, guys. Timer, can you put 1 minute for me? Thank you. We just opened the QR code. And if everything runs correctly, let me see. And it is. You can write your feedback for Giovanna. She's gonna receive that one probably on Saturday morning, so she can drink her coffee. This time I hope it is hot while reading the feedback.
Thank you.
Time is over.
Thanks so much, Gustavo. You can still keep writing it, but I'm gonna continue in the meeting. And now with our second speaker, Luis Eduardo. That was a cryptic title of our speech, and I'm really wondering what that means. Agentic AI. He's on the pathway leadership development. He's on level 3, and his project is effective body language. On the level 1, we have introduction to body language and vocal variety. This one is focused mainly on the body language. And already saw that he's standing up, and that's really great for body language, especially on an English meeting or online meeting. Her evaluator is Edith Barcelos. He has from 5 to 7 minutes to conduct his speech. And the screen's yours, Luis. Just remember to ping Gustavo.
Thank you, Mr. Olavo. Thank you, everyone, my fellow friends from Toastmasters. I'm so happy to be here and talk about an innovative trend that is happening now, which is agentic AI. You may ask me, Luis, you're talking again about AI. Everyone is overwhelmed about AI. No one's want to talk about this because we already know what is artificial intelligence. But guys, let me know, AI, artificial intelligence, it's something that evolves every day. And I'm happy to bring you this new trend, this new innovation that bring a lot of benefits in your professional or your personal life. Maybe you don't know, but you use artificial intelligence for many, many, many years. We are talking about the foundation AI, the foundation artificial intelligence. So are the building blocks of artificial intelligence. If you use Gmail, you already use AI because Gmail can collect all your information from your email, and they give you advices for shopping or for some recommendations. If you use your mobile and if you use Alexa or Siri, you are already using AI because they can learn, they can understand, and they can bring you trends. They can give you answers. They can solve problems. They can give you analysis. So you are using AI for a long, long period. If you're using a smart TV, you are also using a foundational AI because the TVs right now, they recommend content for you based on your history browsing. If you use Netflix, Prime Video, you are also using AI because they know what you're seeing, they know what you're watching, and now they give you suggestions. Well, this is foundational AI. Maybe you probably know about that, and maybe most of you are using for decades. I know that. But let's go further into the next step, which is the generative AI. Generative AI stands for creation of new content. I know that some of you are using ChatGPT or Google Gemini. Those are some tools that use generative AI. Let's take as an example for a poet. We can use this example because if you use the famous prompts in generative AI, you can ask for a ChatGPT to create a poem. And think about a painter. Now, there are a lot of tools in the market that can provide and create a painting from scratch. There are even some AIs that are winning prizes for their beautiful paintings. Now, if you are a cinema director, you can also use generative AI to create content. I don't know if you know, but there's a new tool from Google. It is called VEO3. It's a fantastic tool. You have to pay, but you can create and edit wonderful videos. In a couple of minutes, you can bring prompts to VEO3, and there you go. It creates you a really cool video about anything you want. You may be watching on YouTube a lot of videos created by VEO3, and there's a fantastic tool that is a good use of generative AI. Now, let's talk about our content here, which is the title of my speech, which is the agentic AI. Agentic AI is the new trend in the market, and when you talk about agent, we are talking about assistance. When you talk about agentic AI, we are talking about autonomously and no human interaction. Different than generative AI. Generative AI, you have to order, you have to interact, you have to answer questions and direct the AI using prompts. Now, in agentic AI, you do not interact with the AI. You give commands and autonomously they use and they do the tasks. Agentic AI you can find in autonomous vehicles. There's a company in the US called Waymo, and I already run in this vehicle without driver. It was amazing. You can use agentic AI for your day-to-day job. You can program the agentic AI to perform reports. Project management, which is my area, I use already agentic AI. What can I do? I told the agentic AI to elaborate and consolidate project reports and send it to my stakeholders automatically. I can also gather all the information from those stakeholders and their feedback, and I get a summarized report from the agentic AI. I can also use a recruitment process to interview a candidate without any interaction. Automatically, I can recruit dozens of candidates without any interaction, and I can filter the best ones. So agentic AI is a new trend, and I wanted to take a note on 3 tools that are fantastic today to use agentic AI. The first, called Manus, fantastic tool. The other one is GenSpark, fantastic tool. And the third agentic tool that you can use is M8N, Nothing 8N. This is a fantastic tool that you can automate and bring together many agentic AIs and can help you with your life to be faster and better. Thank you so much, dear Toastmasters.
Thanks so much, Luis. Always bringing us the newest innovations in regards to technology, and today was agentic AI. I didn't know that term before, but now I feel a little bit ready for the future. Let me share my screen again. And now for his feedback. Timer, can you time 1 minute for me? Thank you very much.
Time is over.
Thank you very much, Gustavo. You can keep writing, especially on the network break. And now I'm gonna ask Gustavo to give us a time of the speeches so we can know who is eligible for being voted. The screen's yours, Gustavo.
Both of them are eligible. Giovanna, 6 minutes and 52 seconds. Luis, almost 7 minutes and 30 seconds. It was exactly the time. So both of them are eligible.
Thank you very much, Gustavo. That was close. And now with the link, I hope you guys can see. Gustavo, can you time 1 minute for us to vote?
Time is over.
Thank you very much, Gustavo. This one's a little bit easier to do, so I bet no one had a problem with it. And now we have our network break. Gustavo, can you time 5 minutes for us so we can talk about the contents of the speeches or anything in general? I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now.
Hello, everyone. It's good to have everyone here. Thank you for coming for this early meeting on Saturdays. It's so fun. Eduardo, how are you? How is it going?
I'm fine, Giselle. It's early, but it's amazing meeting.
Thank you for coming. What do you think about going to Giovanna's meeting on Tuesday night? You
Yeah,
think we can go?
Uh, I yeah, I think everyone passed through same situation. The rejection in job, personal life it's most common that we imaginate, but the form with us make better of the situation, it's most important.
That's true. I agree. Giovanna brought a really nice topic. And
it's interesting, but it's not nice feeling it.
that's true. That's true. But that's why we're here, right? To embrace the discomfort. Like to do it.
Yeah, and I think that rejection, especially if we're thinking about public communication, that's a huge thing that we have to go through because one of our main fears is to speaking in public because we're so afraid about what people will think and of being vulnerable. It's certainly much easier to deliver a speech here online, right? But once you are with people right in front of you, it's just much harder for that. So that was I wanted to incorporate that into the speech as well, but it just didn't fit into the time. So
Yeah, but I think there's one thing in Zoom meetings is that because our face is too visible, and so you can see the reactions too. If you are paying attention and people start like using the phone or just dreaming off, like it, I at least I start to get stressed about it because I want people engaged with me in the speech. So like what I was doing today, like I was trying to work during your speech and look into the other monitor. So it's not nice. It's something not nice to do. And I think it's part of the audience job to be present, to pay attention.
there. That's fair. And when we have our regional competitions, it's cultural that we turn off our cameras, and I think that's not what we should do, right? Because part of speaking in public is looking at people and seeing their reaction back to you. So, for example, if you try to use humor, let's say, and everyone has their cameras off, you don't know if people are laughing, so you're just left blind in your speech if it's working, if you get people's attention or not. So yeah, I think cameras should be on at all times.
I agree. What do you think, Gustavo?
I think Zoom meetings is harder sometimes than when you go with an audience, just because of that, because we can't see if people are looking at us or not. So for me, sometimes it's harder. Is is easier to go with an audience.
That's nice. That's good to know. What do you
Time is
think?
over now.
Oh no.
Right, let me share my screen again. Yeah, one of the things about doing online meetings is that one, especially if you're delivering a speech, you just pin the timer. And I remember Pamela, when she was the timer, she did this. So I couldn't see anyone while delivering a speech. So that was a little bit harder. And delivering speak presentation is good because you have everyone, you can see everyone their reactions, you can hear them laughing. That's even better than seeing them laughing. So now we're going with the third part of not regular meeting, but this one is going to be the second part of our meeting, and that is the evaluator's feedback. Let's start off with Daniel Pina. He's going to be evaluating Giovanna Guerini. The title of her speech is Getting Past Rejection. Danielle, you have from 2 to 3 minutes to deliver evaluation for Giovanna, and the screen's yours. And just remember to ping Gustavo.
Thank you, Olavo. Thank you, Giovanna, and congratulations today for your speech. First of all, let me say that's a pleasure to have you here, and very welcome in our club. Now, I have to confess, and I already said it, that Olavo put me in a rather a tough spot today, because evaluate someone like Giovanna that has a really great experience and also is a former national champion. It's not an easy test, but let's go. Was a really great experience for us. You excelled in many aspects. You had a wonderful smile through your speech and was really great to see. It was warming and inviting and connected all of us in your audience. And your speech was structured and was solid and well organized. It was really great. And I also noticed that you were really comfortable. You look like that you were bored for it, and your clarity and of your speech was excellent. You articulate the words really well with precision and was really great. And another strong point was your vocal variety. You modulate your tone and speed and volume, and was really great. And of course, your storytelling about your experience in Canada and your engagement to sell there was really, really nice and create interest for us and connection, because I think that all of us have the same fear of rejection, especially when you are speaking, or could be in sales, or could be when we are speaking here in Toastmasters. So right now, just some suggestions for improvement. It's not easy, but the first is sometimes I just feel that we were like reading and we lost the direct visual connection with you. So sometimes you could, I will challenge you to try to not see your notes. I think that's something that can be at your level. And about the gestures as well, sometimes I feel that you can challenge yourself doing gestures more expressive, a bit more decisive, and just to challenge you. And finally, please come back and speak for us again. It's really good to have you here, and truly a privilege to hear you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Danielle, for the evaluation. I hope Giovanna can use a few of the points, and she really did an amazing job. So I know how hard that was, because I was thinking, how can they evaluate that, especially when it comes to what she can improve and things like that. And now we're going to the second evaluator, and that is Edith Barcelos. She's from Debate Master, right, Edith? And she's with us today. Thank you so much. The screen's yours. Just remember to ping Gustavo.
Thank you, Olavo, for inviting me for this meeting. It's very exciting to be here. It has been a long time since last time I participated in an English-speaking Toastmasters meeting. So it's a pleasure to be with you guys and to see and evaluate Luis, someone I know for a long time. And I'm glad to see that he keeps developing and evolving with the Toastmasters. So congratulations and thank you for the opportunity. I will emphasize what Luis asked me, which is effective body language and voice variation. So what I found very well done was the distance from the camera. So Luis, you did a great job taking a distance from the camera so that we could see your hands, your body, and you could actually use body language in that medium, which is Zoom, which is like being on TV. So that was well done, that you were thoughtful to do this. I loved the useful content and structure. Since I believe you're kind of advanced speaker already, so you did it very well. You started with things which are familiar to us, like Gmail, explaining how AI plays into Gmail, and advanced to explain what is actually agentic AI, which I use, but I didn't know it was called that way. So it was a learning experience for me. You used a smile, you had a friendly face, so that helped connect with the audience, and you looked into the camera, which many times people forget doing it. It's hard to be looking into the camera, but that helps us to connect with the audience, which is far from us. Well, that said, let's go to what you can improve, because my work here is to help you advance. Well, talking about body language on screen and tone of and voice variation, one thing that we should be careful is to not move the hands too much, but with purpose, just as I did right now. So one thing is to pick few words in your speech and emphasize that word. And when you use the word, use the expression you want to help that word to appear more to the audience. So I give an example. At a point you said automatically. You could say automatically. So pick the expressions which will help your words to stand out in your speech. And since this means it's not easy, have a microphone so that we can hear you better. And I hope I can see your next speech. I see that I have a red now, and I look forward to watching you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Edith. When Luis gonna deliver another speech with us here, I'm gonna invite you just to see that next time, not just evaluating, so you can have a better grasp of his speech. And now we're gonna go with Gustavo, the timers reports. The screen's yours, Gustavo.
Both of them are eligible. Danielle with 3 minutes and 2 seconds. It is 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So both of them are eligible.
Thank you very much, Gustavo. And now, here. And now let's go. Can you time another minute for me or for us so we can deliver the voting part?
Time is over.
Thank you very much, Gustavo. And now we're gonna go with the grammarian reports. Turns out we have one today, and it is Giselle. Thanks so much for volunteering for this role on this meeting. And the screen's yours, Giselle.
So I asked Olavo to say a few words about the use of the English in this meeting. I was not paying attention to mistakes. So if anyone found something, and feel free to bring something. But I want to point out some expressions that both of the speakers used. For example, Giovanna said brain spiraling. Brain spiraling. Oh, it's wrong. Brain. It's spiraling. Brain spiraling, which is our insistent way of keeping things in our mind. So it was a nice expression here. The other one that she used was flawless speech, which is like impeccable speech. So nice expression as well. And the other one was deep into the wounds, deep into the wounds, something very deep, very profound. And something that it can be a little bit painful, but now it's just a scare, and you can use that tool for learning. So really nice expressions, Giovanna. Thank you for bringing those. And Luis used like the building blocks to talk about structure, having some structure. There's another word for this, it's scaffolding. I don't know the pronunciation, the correct pronunciation. I think it's scaffolding, which means having a structure. And he also used a long word, which is autonomously. It's hard to say those large words. And another one that he used very, very well was dozens of candidates. And it's important that he used the plural of dozens of candidates. And this is right. This is a correct use of the word. So thank you very much for bringing those expressions.
Thank you very much, Giselle. There were a few that I didn't caught, and thanks to the grammar report, now I know. And now it is with Naya. She's gonna be the general evaluator for this meeting. The screen's yours, Naya. Thank you so much. And remember to pin Gustavo.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Olavo, for inviting me to come here today. Good morning, everyone and guests. And I will start saying that the meeting has started exactly on 8:05, but we know it starts a week before. So congrats for that, Olavo. The format and flow. I know it's a very small meeting, it's a pocket meeting, short, and I would say short and sweet. But I noticed that she wasn't provided an explanation about Toastmasters. So we always say that it's good for guests. We don't have guests today, but you have to get ready for that. So it's a really good time to give a brief introduction and say what it is Toastmasters. So for the next time, okay? Gustavo, excellent job. At the start, you give us clearly instructions showing us what it is, green, yellow, and red about the timing signals. So this is a small details, but it's great for us who are watching for the time. So well done. Prepared speeches. Well done to Giovanni and Luis. Both speeches were very inspiring and delivered with clarity and confidence. It's really great to see you here early this morning, and it was a great joy to watch. And we are here I am here as a general evaluator to evaluate the evaluators, right? So I can say that Edith and I'm sorry, Daniel, you just gave us right in the beginning an excuse, but you both were great. Okay, both of you gave a sandwich evaluation that is always great. Danielle, you pinpoint some points that were very constructive to Giovanna, even though her English and her presence is great, but we always have something to say about it, so great. And in case of here, Ejichi, she gave us examples. So it's always good to give you an example. What is happening here? So it was, I think Ejichi was very effective too. But both of you, I think for next time, I know it's a small short time, but you should give more, talk about more about the project. That is really important here. We are here to evaluate, but also to talk a bit about the pathway and what it is the projects of each one of us are doing here. So it can be objective and good to a guest or somebody who's in the beginning. Okay, but great job. Okay, grammarian. Giselle, you were the hero today. I was going to talk about this. Grammarian, I think in English especially, is really important to have a word to emphasize English. So congratulations. I know it was last minute and you did an excellent job. You brought great expressions and added a rich linguistic layer to the meeting. And I also miss the table topics, but let's talk about ahead, right? We know we're coming here with a new leadership team coming in, and I hope next time all the roles are filled. And this is great, so it can strengthen our meetings, okay? As a VP, I know it can be very challenging, but I hope the next team will work this out. Thank you for all for the energy, commitment, and presence today. And back to you, Olav.
Thank you very much, Naya. I hope I can continue good work here at Toastmasters. And I think this part is one of the most important part of the meeting, and that is the winners. So let's start out the runs of liberations. But the best evaluator is Edith Barcelos. I'm gonna leave a little bit here so you can do a screenshot, so you can save it. And now, with the best prepared speech. And that is a tie between Giovanna Guerini and Luis França. That was a hard one to vote who was the best one, and the result shows that. So you can take a screenshot, Giovanna can share with City, Luis, we can share with us. And for the final announcements, and that is the next meeting. The next meeting will be a Portuguese one. It's going to be hybrid, so everyone can join. It's going to be on June 28th, and the check-in is going to start at 9:45, and it's going to start off officially at 10 o'clock. This is going to be a different meeting because you guys know we don't have access with the alumni for now, and I think it is going to be in a school on the Asa Sul part of Brasília. My name is Olavo Passet. Oh. And now let's go with the screenshot so you can post on Instagram and have more guests on our meetings. And afterwards you can have more members. Who's gonna, let me stop sharing the screen. Can someone take a picture? Can someone do a screenshot? Thank you, Giselle.
But first, smile, smile, everyone. It's early, but we can smile. Come on. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I have a Christmas mug. I don't have the TM mug, but I'm
I
wishing
do
for
have a-
Christmas
I
soon.
do have a Christmas mug too.
Guys,
Yay!
you are
Cheers!
too early for Christmas already.
Started off really early this year.
It's too
Okay.
early today, so I'm early for everything.
It's because it's winter, right? Yeah, so you're
That's
in the
right.
mood
It's
of
winter. So I'm sorry if you finish. We have a meeting in Portuguese now at 10, okay? So I invite you everyone to come if you can come in Portuguese.
And
Yeah.
guys, you can always invite me to these meetings. It's a pleasure to help Brasília Toastmasters that I love and to speak a bit English with Toastmasters, pals, and peers. So I'll be always happy to help. And early like this, it's easier.
That's true. Edith, thank you for coming as well. You were my first general evaluator in Toastmasters
Really?
in a corporate club, and you always bring some very good feedback for us. Things
Good.
that we really need to improve. So it's amazing to have you. Thank you very much.
And Gisele, I must tell you, it makes me so happy to see guys when you evolve and months later or years later when I see people again and they are like blossoming. It's like that makes me really happy and makes me certain that I made the right choice when I helped to grow Toastmasters in Brazil because it really helps and I see people developing and that makes me so happy. And so congratulations to Brasília, such a strong club. Oh, that's warms my heart. So thank you very much for inviting me. Olavo, thank you.
Yeah, we do have to say that Olavo and Gustavo are the main person to make it available for us, the English meeting, with Naya as VP as well. So they do the hard work of trying to bring people here. So Giovanna, thank you for coming as well.
I was just
Well
gonna say
done.
that. Thank you very much, Giovanna and Ditch. It's always a pleasure to have members of Toastmasters that are from different clubs, especially because you guys bring something different every time you come here. And I hope I can join Citibank. I was
Yeah.
wondering because this Thursday is gonna be a holiday, so it's gonna be
Tuesday.
Yes. So
Tuesday.
Thursday, usually our meetings are every second Thursday, but since last week was Valentine's Day, we had a poll and people want to go on dates. So we moved it to Tuesday now because Thursday is a holiday. So it's going to be Tuesday at 7 p.m. We host hybrid meetings. It's great that at Citibank we have this nice venue. We have this auditorium. We can go up on a stage. So it's very nice. If you guys are ever in São Paulo, you're more than welcome to join. But we also host it online. If you guys want to join, I'll be very, very, very happy to have you. We still have roles to fill. If anyone is willing to be our general evaluator, that would be very enriching.
Giovanna, let me ask you, is it still Citibank at Avenida Paulista, the same building?
The same building.
Yeah, guys, that's such a wonderful place. I've been
No.
there so many, many times. Not to miss if you're ever in São Paulo.
Yes, not to miss because the structure is really amazing. We had
Yeah.
we use microphones, so
Yes, wonderful.
yeah. Thank you, Edith.
Well done. Okay, guys, just call me again. I will show up.
Have a good morning. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Ditch.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very much.
Giovanna.
Have a nice
Thanks to everyone that
weekend.
took
Bye
a
Good
bye.
break.
morning, everyone. Bye.
Meeting you all.
See you guys in a
Bye
few
now.
minutes.
Yes.
Bye bye.